How you doing? My name is Denzel. Welcome. This video we're going to talk about how to build credit. How do we do it? Rapidly too. How do we build our credit rapidly? Okay, so today I'm specifically talking to my millennial crew, 18 to 24 years old, okay, South Florida, West Palm Beach and down, okay, is who I want to talk to today. Did some research according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, pretty much nationwide. If you're anywhere between 18 and 24 years old, they're saying that you're making anywhere from $428 per week to about $528 per week. Alright, when you do the math, that's about $1,700 a month to about $2,100 a month. And I figured, you know what, let me throw in some expenses to get a little, you know, a pretty decent number to work with. Is probably have expenses anywhere from $1,200 to $1,400 between this age. And since you're first starting out, I'm not assuming that you have a ton of debt. Unless you're 24 years old, you're about to get into a lot of debt. It's about to be official because you're graduating college, so that's when the debt's actually going to sink in. So I'm just assuming you got anywhere from zero debt to like 15K. You know, small numbers. And your money left over each and every month, you have about like $500 to about $700 to work with. That's about 6K to 8.4K a year. Alright? I lay out these numbers for a reason. I want to shift your mind on how you look at money, what mom and dad has taught you about money, and credit. Okay, so the things I'm going to say are going to be a little radical. They're going to be like, what? Like, alright, I'm going to talk about why you should not be saving your money and why you should not be investing your money. Yeah, I don't think you should invest your money or save your money if you're between these ages right here, 18 to 24. And I'll explain my side on what I think is way more effective cost-wise. It's going to build wealth faster, and it's going to propel you faster than what mom and dad has been taught and what mom and dad has been teaching you. Okay? In my humble opinion, I look at mom and dad, I don't want to live the life they're living. So why would I take advice, financial advice, from people that are not living the life that I am dreaming of or that I'm going to be moving towards, right? So I want you to be asking that same question when you're receiving advice from people, right? Are they living the life that I want to live, or at least working towards it? Okay? Or are they giving me advice that's just been, you know, passed along the generations, on TV? Okay? So let's dive into this. Building credit. How do you start? Okay? The way that I did it was I went and got a secured line of credit. These two names right here in South Florida area, West Palm Beach and down. Okay? Get familiarized with these two companies right here. I think they're really good. Alright, especially Capital One. Capital One, you can get a secured line of credit. You can back it up with as little as $50 or as high as I think whatever you really want to back it up with. What's nice is that there's no annual fee. Okay, a lot of secured credit lines have annual fees, so you got to be aware of that. Capital One does not have an annual fee for their secured line of credit. Another benefit is whatever money that you back it up with, they put a little bit more, which is really cool. So for example, if I have $400 to start a secured line of credit with, they might give me $500. Like, not a lot, but they definitely give you like a little bit more. Alright? And now what are we gonna do with this with this credit line, this secure credit line, all right? This is where my concept that I teach, velocity banking, comes into play. All right, so what I'm going to teach this group of people to do, with this amount of income coming in, this amount of expenses, and this amount of money left over, that's all I'm saying, right, is get you a secure line of credit for whatever your expenses are per month. $1,200 to $1,400, okay? Go a little lower, you know, because some expenses that you have, you can only pay with cash, so I understand that. So I'm simply saying, hey, get you a secure line of credit for, you know, like anywhere between your cash flow and a couple $100s below your expenses. So as low as 500 and maybe as high as 1,000 for a secured line of credit. Okay, what are you gonna do with this money? Instead of you saving $1,000, I'm saying back it up with a secured line of credit, okay, where they're gonna give you 1,000 in credit, and they're gonna hold your 1,000 for about 6 months. With Capital One, it's cool. You don't have to wait a whole year with other secured credit lines. With Capital One, it's only like 6 months, all right? And they give you back the money that you originally backed it up with, okay? So, Capital One, get a secured line of credit anywhere between this number, and what are we gonna do? We're going to use this credit card to pay our expenses that already come out of your checking account. Okay, so when you get paid, instead of paying your bills with your checking account, use the credit card, which is going to buy you 30 to 60 days to pay the credit card back, or pay you back, so to speak, because once you put the money back in, you can use it again. Put it in, use it again. Put it in, use it again. You can do that over and over and over again. And what's going to happen is the creditors, right, the credit card companies are going to see you making these chunk payments on your credit card of 800, 700, 500, 1,000, right? Like every single month. And that's going to build your credit so much faster than just acquiring a debt and then paying the minimum payment plus all interest, or paying a little bit above the minimum payment. Okay, it creates this bad habit. Alright, so before you even get bad habits or anything like that, I'm giving you this knowledge way in advance. Okay? So my method, okay, I draw this little example of what it looks like is you make money here and you have your credit here, other people's money, Capital One's money, okay? And I'm saying use their money to pay your expenses up here, use your income to pay you back in 30 to 60 days, okay? That, in my opinion, is the fastest way to start building credit, because when you don't have any credit, you don't have anything to fix yet, like your parents do. They have all kinds of shit they gotta fix, collections and errors on their credit reports, right? You don't even need to worry about that just yet, all right? You can simply just start building, right? As soon as you hit 18 years old, you start building right away, all right? You get that secured line of credit, you back it up with a few $100 or $1,000, whatever your cash flow is per month, and you're just gonna use whatever you can pay an expense with: food, gas, maintenance, phone bill, like clothes, everything, whatever your expenses are, you stuff it on that credit card, all right? In 30 days, you'll have a bill, okay? Well, what's nice is that in 30 days, you're gonna get paid 2 to 4 more times, right? The money that you're making. So not only are you gonna have your cash that you already were going to spend on your expenses, you're going to hold on to it. You're going to pay 2 to 4 more times. Now you have this stack of cash. And then the bill comes. You got a $1,200 credit card bill or $1,000 bill. And you're just going to put that 1,000, boom, right into the credit card. And guess what? You're going to use that same 1,000 again to pay your expenses. Okay? Do that for 6 months. Here's what's going to happen. Capital One. Okay? In 6 months or after 6 months, they'll give you back the money that you backed it up with. Okay? So let's say you backed it up with 1,000. They'll give you back your 1,000, and they're going to give you an unsecured line of credit for 1,000 or more. What you're going to want to do, as soon as that money comes back to you, you're going to call them up and say, hey, increase my line of credit. Okay? Shoot for 1,000. Okay? Just double it. Okay? They'll most likely, Capital One is like flexible like that. They'll do that. If not, $500 or $200. Anything. You just ask and apply for an increase. Pick a number. Who cares? Right? That increases your capital. Okay? Most people don't look at credit like capital. They look at it as bad debt or something they have to pay over and over again for many, many years. Okay, well, the wealthy people, they actually use credit and debt as capital to pay their expenses in their businesses or acquire assets. And then the assets or the investments, the expenses that they paid in their business produces income for them. And what do? They stuff all the income back into the debt that they borrowed before it ever accrued any interest. And then they just do it again, do it again, and do it again. And they get more and more and more capital, right? So when you hear like companies that have millions and millions of dollars of debt, they're doing something right. They're not doing something wrong. They're doing something right. They're using debt to make money. Okay? While you're being told to save your money in a savings account that's not earning you any interest, or invest your money with someone else that's charging you fees, management fees, broker fees, trading fees, and then you have to pay tax on the gains, when you could have been acquiring capital, never paying any fees, not paying any interest, and not paying any taxes to acquire credit. Okay, you don't have to pay tax on credit because it's technically like a loan. It's a loan. You can't tax loans. Okay? So, after, let's say, a year, you're doing this. You're using your credit to pay the expenses, using your income to pay the credit. You're just rocking along, okay? You're like 18, 19, 20 years old. You're rocking it, okay? You're building credit. You're opening more lines of credit. Here's another company you want to look at, Brightstar, in terms of acquiring lines of credit. This is going to be your best friend when you get student loan debt, okay? Because when you go to college, you'll most likely have student loan debt, okay? It's very hard to get around it unless you get a full ride. Even when you do get a full ride, there's some things that you still have to end up paying, okay? You might have to use loans to do that, but you know, you can look at the statistics. Majorities of Americans, majority of millennials have a lot of freaking student loan debt, 20K and up. It's like 20K is like minimum. Okay, that's like nothing. But then you get high as 50, 70, 80, 90, 100 grand in student loan debt, and you find yourself paying that for the rest of your life. Okay? Now with acquiring credit and personal lines of credit, it's going to expedite that process, okay? Where we're using, see, we started building credit, okay? Which is, this video is simply about building credit. Phase 2 would be using that same credit to kill other bad debt or like the wealthy do, pay their expenses, acquire assets, use the income to then pay themselves back, do it all over again. But when you're first starting out, this is what I'm simply saying, dude or gal. Build your credit as fast as possible. This will save you so much time, energy, patience. Okay, this will really propel you, bring you way ahead of a lot of other people, and you really need to narrow focus where you're getting your information from when it comes to building credit. Okay, you're gonna hear all these things. Oh yeah, just pay a little bit more than the minimum payment. Use the credit and to pay for your clothes and going out and this and that, and then you pay it over time. Or they'll say loans are better. Get a loan because it doesn't stay on your credit file for too long. Okay, with lines of credit, it stays on you forever. All these crazy things that you're gonna hear. Trust me, you're gonna hear a lot of crazy things to do with credit. Try and build it, and it's really not gonna get you as far or as fast as using the velocity banking method, right? Which simply says use credit to pay the expenses, use your income to pay the credit right back. Okay, that is gonna build history right away. If they see you making $700, $800, $900 payments each and every month, they're gonna raise your credit line. Okay, you're gonna get a lot of promotions in the mail, a lot of 0% promotions, cashback rewards. Okay, where you can actually finesse, where you can keep doing it, open up another line of credit that says, hey, spend $1,000 or more in 90 days or less, and we'll give you a reward of $250. Okay, now you're actually getting paid to build credit. Okay, that is very unique when we're talking about building credit, which is building your wealth, which is building your capital. Okay, hope that helps. Quick example, real easy, real simple. All right, enjoy that for my 18 to 24-year-olds out there trying to step into the real world, build your life. All right, you're in the South Florida area and you're around this number right here. Best advice, in my opinion, build credit. Stop saving, stop investing, stop trying to follow all these different people out there saying that they can make you a ton of money. Dude, build your credit. This will make you money a lot faster. This can double your money, okay, and not pay any taxes, which is really effective. All right, enjoy that.